Experience pure Italian goodness, the real test of Italy.
Italian lifestyle, Italian design, Italian culture in London. This is the Italian Factor, and I am Gabriella, your host, joining you in this journey of Made in Italy.
Italian style.
Quite fashionable. Very chic.
Buongiorno. Italian people as being quite friendly, quite outgoing.
They have a slower pace of life.
Grazie, tutto bene.
It is an amazing country.
I think Italian food is really easy on the palate.
Italians are definitely beautiful, oh for sure.
In Italy, before sitting down at the table, we say pancia mia fatica panna, which in English means something like dear stomach, become as big as a hat. Because it's true, really true, that Italians have three passions: women, cars and food. Today I've invited Deborah Parietti, importer of Italian food products and of course food aficionado. Ciao Deborah.
Ciao Gabriella.
So Deborah, explain to us, what is it that you do exactly?
I founded a company called the Red Beetle. I travel Italy on my 45-year-old Volkswagen car.
45-year-old?
45, yes, and red of course. And I look for the most delicious and authentic products and bring them to the UK and sell them online.
Great. But how was your passion for food and cuisine born?
I guess as like many Italian children, I spent a lot of time in the kitchen watching mom and grandma just, cooking all the time. And I guess it started there. So just by baking on Sundays or making fresh pasta and stealing some of it. And yeah, that's how it
So
all
you
started.
actually know how to prepare those delicious food?
I cook a lot, yes. I love cooking. I spend a lot of time in the kitchen.
But if you had to describe Italian cuisine in few words, in 3 words?
Authentic, tasty and healthy.
You know what they say about Italy. Lovely weather, beautiful women and great food. But I'm pretty pale, and if I stand in the sun for a second, I burn. As for women, well, I've never met Monica Bellucci, but I would sure love to date her. Although I don't think she'd ever want to date me. So that leaves food. So here are some fun facts about Italian food and wine. The Italian diet is the Mediterranean one, which is based on a daily consumption of fruit, vegetables and pasta, and in moderation milk and oil, and in even more moderation fish and meat. It's incredibly good for your health. It helps you live longer, reduces the risk of cancer and heart disease, and even helps you stay in shape. It's no surprise that Italian food has been voted the most popular in Europe, according to research done by the German Tourist Board. Least popular, Swedish food. English food, my food, second to last. Well, I don't know why that is. I hope I'm not bringing down the average of my frozen meals. When I don't even thaw them out, I just sort of lick them like a lolly. It's good. Italy began producing wine back in the 11th century. Today, 1,016 years later, Italy produces 43.3 million hectolitres of wine. That's enough to fill 1,925 Olympic-sized swimming pools. And if swimming pools were actually filled with wine, I'd definitely sign up for swimming lessons.
Deborah, Italian cuisine is very well loved, but also badly imitated. Can you tell us about some Italian recipes that have been destroyed by foreign chefs around the world?
Well, I have to say it's getting a lot better nowadays, but throughout the travel and experiences all over the world, I find that probably chicken parmigiana is the one that...
What is chicken parmigiana?
Well, I don't know. It's just parmigiana and there's chicken on top or inside. And so I would say to lose the chicken and keep the parmigiana.
Because
as
the
it's
parmigiana
supposed to
is
be.
only done with vegetables.
Vegetable,
no
yeah,
meat.
it's an incredible dish and there's no need to put chicken on it.
There are some very interesting false myths about Italian cuisine, such as pizza with pineapple, which would simply be unthinkable in Italy. Can you share with us the most interesting false myths you have come across?
Well, again, on pizza, put barbecue sauce, yes, or maybe salad next to risotto or pasta or lasagna, or again, chicken in pasta. It seems chicken comes up every time.
But why you think it's so hard to find good Italian food outside of Italy?
I think the lack of fresh ingredients is probably the biggest reason. Italian cuisine is based on local food and fresh food and seasonal products, which are hard to find when you're in America or Australia.
But also the lack of a real Italian chef, maybe.
Maybe that's, or even studying in Italy, if you're cooking Italian food, it's very important to immerse yourself in the culture and in the history of the country to fully understand where a recipe come from. So it's that's incredibly important. So it doesn't matter where they're from, but at least they should have spent some time learning the ingredients, how they balance each other in recipes.
So let's see if these Londoners are guilty of committing the cuisine crimes that Italians would find, quite frankly, unacceptable. Are you ready? Let's do this. Do Italians drink cappuccino with their meals?
False.
I think so, yeah, true.
False.
True.
False.
False.
False. You never have a cappuccino with a meal. In Italy, it's pretty much illegal to have a cappuccino with a plate of pasta. You can have it for breakfast, but if you do really want one with a meal, make sure you have it after the meal, okay? Don't upset the Italians, all right? In Italy, rice can be eaten as a side dish.
I think rice is something that everybody eats.
So maybe it's false. True. True.
True.
Yeah, true.
Very false. In fact, it's sacrilege. Italians will pretty much only ever eat rice as a main dish. When Italians are abroad and they're served rice as a side dish, they suffer a mini Italian heart attack. Gino De Campo is the best chef in the world according to Italians.
Campo?
Gino De Campo.
False. No. False.
No.
False. Although it is true that us Brits do love a bit of Gino De Campo, but the Italians know there is only one person deserving of that title, and that, of course, is Mamma. She is the keeper of culinary traditions that have been handed down from generation to generation. And one bit of advice for you, if you're ever with some Italians, never say a bad thing about their mums.
Deborah, you have traveled all over Italy with your Maggiolone. If you had to plan a route for an English person visiting Italy, what would you suggest?
I guess that depends on how much time they've got on their hands, but I would probably recommend to pick 2 regions, maybe one from the north and one from the south, and really spend some time exploring everything in those regions. So maybe travel to Piemonte and do some hiking on the mountains and maybe some wine tasting with Barolo. And then, eat cheese and hazelnuts and truffles, which are actually in season right now. And then move south and go to Sicily, which is a beautiful island, and really spend some time to embrace the culture and taste the food and get to know people, and maybe also experience some festivals in the summertime during the harvest. That would be probably my recommendation.
You mentioned Sicily, so what 3 words come to mind when describing Sicily?
I would say colorful, generous, and very proud of everything, traditions and story and culture.
L'azienda Gambisi è nata dal mio bisnonno nel 1854, cioè abbiamo 162 anni di storia. Il mio motto è sempre quello: l'alimentazione sicura a tavola mangiando mediterraneo, perché l'alimentazione mediterranea cura la salute dell'uomo, dell'umanità. Facciamo sempre quei prodotti nostri al 100% mediterranei, quindi mediterranei italiani. Non ci facciamo coinvolgere da certi importatori esteri che vogliono prodotti che costano poco. E difatti io stesso dico, fatele fare in Giappone, in Cina, in Africa. Nei miei prodotti non c'è mai scritto un conservante, un colorante, un additivo chimico. Tutto al naturale. Vuoi bene alla salute, non vuoi malattie. Siamo nati col tonno, il tonno del nostro Mediterraneo. Noi siamo gli ultimi artigiani che facciamo i 33 sapori del tonno, perché tonno, oca e maiale non si butta niente. Facciamo il prosciutto di tonno, il salame di tonno, le bottarghe, facciamo le acciughe in olio di oliva, poi c'è la lavorazione del pomodorino ciliegino di Pachino, ricchissimo di licopene e carotene, anticancerogeno, antitumorale, aiuta il cuore, ritarda tantissimo l'invecchiamento della pelle. Sono medicine naturali.
Experience pure Italian goodness, the real test of Italy. Experience pure Italian goodness, the real test of Italy.
Italian food for me is
Amazing,
Tasty.
cheesy,
romantic.
Full of love.
Italian wine is
expensive,
Chianti.
Fruity.
delicious.
pleasure.
What is the main difference between ancient cuisine, traditional cuisine, and newer style such as American cuisine?
Well, I guess ancient and traditional, I find they're quite similar, and that depends probably, you know, on the simplicity of the ingredients, and if, like in ancient cuisine or, you know, traditional cuisine, maybe they introduced, you know, some slow cooking and roasting across the ages, and then moving on to newer cuisines, it's more fast and, you know, something you do right away and not think about it too much. And so time also is probably a big factor in this equation, because there was a lot of time to cook in the old days, and something was probably going for hours, you know, while everyone was working. And nowadays you come home and it has to be ready in a few minutes. So that's probably the biggest difference.
We're gonna make a very simple dish. We're gonna make some fresh spaghetti using flour, 00 flour, fresh eggs. We're gonna dress the spaghetti with some lovely bottarga and.
So what is bottarga?
So bottarga is the salted eggs of fish. Does it make sense to you? So what we have here is 200 grams of 00 flour, and I want you to break 2 eggs inside the flour. No shell in.
No shell.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Ivan 1, eggs 0. So what you want to do right now is to slice it up. Fold it and put it from the other way. Can you do that?
Yeah.
They're very fresh, so the humidity will get them stick together.
So you're jiggling the spaghetti?
Jiggling spaghetti.
Tickling
I like
the
that.
spaghetti.
I like that.
Okay,
It's the first time I heard about it. Now what we have to do is to peel the bottarga.
Okay.
Another amazing ingredient from South Italy is lemon.
Okay.
So, Ivan, as the water is almost boiling,
Yeah.
I'm going to start to chopping the fresh herbs. Now we're going to put salt into the water. We can go back to our sauce. We're going to put the spaghetti into our sauce. Fresh herbs, and go with the lemon in. Let me smell it.
very good.
I think that's about right with the lemon. This tastes good. I did promise you on top some extra bottarga.
Excellent. Voila.
There you have it. This is fresh spaghetti made by Ivan with fresh bottarga and herbs and lemon.
Okay.
Let's grab a
Couple of
fork.
forks. Okay, there we go. That's really nice.
It does taste good. We are now left with cleaning.
Yeah. So, how do you want to do that?
Well, usually it's the training chef who's going to clean it. So, that's a job for you.
Oh,
Nice to see you.
yeah. All the best.
Italy is the land of wine, as many will know. Why do you think this is?
So it's not just the wine that is spectacular, it's also the combination with food and pairing with the right recipes, and also introducing people in the equation and making sure that there's, you know, food and wine and people and everyone is having a good time. So the whole picture is much better than just, you know, a glass of wine.
Which do you think are the most typical Italian wines?
Well, Prosecco is quite famous, especially here in the UK. Barolo, Chianti, Valpolicella. There's so many wines that are famous all over the world.
And from Sicily?
Nero d'Avola, surely is one of them. Moscato.
I valori di Ramadini sono soprattutto il rispetto delle tradizioni, il rispetto delle tecniche con cui si coltivava la terra una volta, e queste tecniche sono basate soprattutto sul mancato uso di pesticidi e di concimi. I nostri principali vini sono Alamen, che è un passito di noto che appunto prende il nome dal territorio in cui ci troviamo, cioè da Marzamemi. Marzamemi, che nella lingua araba significa Mars Alamen, significa Baia delle Tortore. Poi c'è il Patrono, che è un Nero d'Avola 100%. Poi abbiamo, fra i vini bianchi, abbiamo il Nassa, che si abbina molto bene con i pesci. La collocazione di questo territorio è più a sud di Tunisi, quindi abbiamo una forte insolazione che conferisce ai prodotti un'ottima maturazione. Sotto lo strato argilloso che viene coltivato vi è uno strato anche di natura vulcanica che conferisce all'uva e poi quindi ai vini, ai nostri vini, una particolare sapidità, una particolare salinità che si somma a quella della salsedine del mare. Per cui tutti questi fattori contribuiscono a determinare, a produrre dei vini che sono molto aromatici. I premi che qui in Gran Bretagna sono stati attribuiti ai nostri vini sono stati assegnati dal concorso internazionale Italian Wine Challenge e sono stati attribuiti al nostro Alamen, cioè al passito di Noto, la medaglia d'oro e il premio Italian Sweet Trophy.
We are still in Sicily. I know that one of your favorite wines is from the region, and I know that you brought it.
Yes, Gabriella, I brought a bottle with me. It's a Passito from Sicily.
If you have to describe it in simple terms, perhaps to someone who doesn't know much about wine, what would you say?
I would probably try to make a connection with something they are aware of. In this case, I would try to make them think of apricots and honey and figs. In this way, they probably can find certain flavors in the Passito and remember for the next time they're drinking it.
Giuseppe, thank you so much for letting us join you. First up, tell us exactly what it is that you do.
We are import and distributor of food and wine coming from Sicily. Sicily is very full of products which make the things for us more difficult because when you have such a big variety, it's not easy to select the right one. If you want, if you agree with this, I can tell you what can we do to taste the wine in the proper way. The first step of all is, of course, have a look at the wine, okay? And it's important that behind the glass there is a, let's say, a clear surface, a white surface. Why this? Because we can see exactly how the lights penetrate the wine.
Yeah,
Let's
so you've
get
got
a piece of paper.
Right.
Okay, and we put the wine like this, you see? You can talk about the color and you can talk about how bright is it looking at the glass. Then we have the sniff. What kind of smell you hear here? Tell me.
It's not a soft wine. It's not. I feel like it's not
Exactly.
necessarily a fruity.
Let's say that now is the time to have a sip.
I got like black currants or blackberries.
Yes.
Actually?
Yes. How long does the wine still in your mouth?
Still there.
Still there?
Yeah.
That means that it's a good wine. So let's cheers on it.
Yeah, cheers.
Let's have
Thank
another
you very
sip.
much. Yeah.
Deborah, we are coming to the end of the episode. Our guests are usually British, and we make them say an Italian tongue twister. This time, you are Italian, so we still do a tongue twister with you, but we will ask you to say it very quickly. Are you ready?
Of course.
Okay, so we begin. Repeat after me this tongue twister, and then, of course, I will say it in English too. Caro Conte, chi ti canta, tanto canta che ti incanta.
Caro Conte, chi ti canta, canta tanto che ti incanta.
Very good. And the translation is, Dear Count, he who sings to you sings so much he enchants you. Very well, Deborah, because you could repeat it very, very fast.
Thank you.
And we have one last thing to ask you. Generally speaking, what do you think the Italian factor is?
I believe the Italian factor is how we constantly aim for perfection and how that affects everything we do, whether it's art or fashion, design, architecture, literature. We constantly strive to get the best possible result, and we're very stubborn, so it means that we won't stop until we get there.
Thank you, Deborah, for being with us. And as for us, there is still a lot of Made in Italy to discover. See you soon. Ciao.
Caro Conte, chi ti canta tanto, canta che t'incanta. Now it's your turn.
Caro Conte ci te canta tanto.
Caro Conti Citi Canta Tanto.
Cargo Conte Citai. Canta tanto. Caro Conte Citi.
Canta, canto.
Canta ci.
Canta c'è.
Canta Ci Ti
Canta ti canta. Canta ti incanta.
Tia Canta.
Tin canta.
Tin chanta.
Experience pure Italian goodness, the real test of Italy.